I know I said I was going to wait, but I didn't.
See if we can get some nice ribbons.
Brad, I asked the doctor, and he said it's not healthy.
He's lying to you, Jimmy. You gotta get another opinion. Hey guys, I'm Brad Leone. This is Taste Buds, where we taste and explore foods. Today we're gonna be tasting some salted pork products. My guest today, Jimmy Kimmel. Thanks for coming in, Jimmy, and thanks for joining Taste Buds, man. I'm really excited that you could join. I think we have a really fun little sample of some cured pork products. I feel like you know the difference between like prosciutto and salami.
My body's like 82% cured pork.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Were you born in New York, Jimmy?
In Brooklyn, yeah, and then we moved to Las Vegas when I was 9.
Well, before I start, questioning you like a cop, should we jump into the first? Let's open up the first package, yeah. All right, so Jimmy, the first one is obviously a dried salami. Salami, all parts. Olympia Provisions, France.
So how are we eating this? We just peeling it and biting into it, or are you slicing it?
You know what, you could do, hey, whatever you're into, Jimmy.
Okay.
I peel the casing. I'm a casing peeler.
Yeah, I think it's nice. Nice to peel the casing. It gets stuck in your teeth, yeah.
No one needs that. With sausage, it's not a garbage can, right? You use better pork, better fat, better salt, as silly as that sounds, you're gonna get a better sausage.
Can I tell you something? I once went and visited this guy who was a hunter, and he made wild boar sausage. He was very, very proud of the sausage that he made.
Was it good?
It was one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my whole life. It was absolutely disgusting. Eli did a nice job with the salami.
This ain't no wild boar musk that you got in Italy or whatever you were having, huh? A little bit of funk, nice little nuttiness, right?
It tastes like it's mature. It's the pork equivalent of a really good dry-aged steak, I think.
And that flavor, that depth you're getting is because what they do over at Olympia is they hang them, all that bacteria and mold and yeast that's growing on the outside is all natural. So they're doing it in like the old world way where they're fermenting it and letting it age in these temperature controlled rooms where that flavor is allowed to really develop and occur naturally. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time.
My grandmother used to make sausage. That's how she died.
Really? My God.
Actually, she fell off a ladder, but no, we bought our sausage.
Did she really fall off a ladder?
She did, yeah. Number 2.
So what are we looking at here? A little pancetta, sliced up. Someone did the work. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of pancetta.
Me too. I love it. I love it.
Pancetta, belly, ends meat, Italy.
You know what I like to do with pancetta? I fry it like bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really nice if you fry it up.
It's fantastic. Especially the thin stuff.
Yeah.
Turns into like a kind of a perfect, almost a little funky bacon.
I don't know. I think of it as a healthy version of bacon because it's so much thinner, even though I know that it is in no way healthy.
Well, you know, it depends who you ask.
Brad, I asked the doctor, and he said it's not. It's not healthy.
He's lying to you, Jimmy. You gotta get another opinion. It does kind of remind you of a bacon, right? It's got a nice amount of that salted fat where it gets real buttery. And it does, it has that kind of, in like a really pleasant way, like a little bit of a Barney kind of nuttiness.
You know what? It actually smells a little bit. I know this is not going to sound great because it tastes great, but it smells like a dog that hasn't had a bath in a while.
Or even like a dog that hasn't had a bath in a while, but then got caught in a very light rainstorm.
That's right.
You know, where that smell just comes out. It's ripened on it.
That's exactly right. Number 3. This one's weighty. This one's solid. Hello, friend. Yeah.
So yeah, prosciutto, pig leg, Vincent's, Italy.
Oh, this smells so good.
It smells so good. And if you're a fan of cured pork, I mean, it's kind of like the Parmesan, right? This is like, It's hard to not like a really good prosciutto.
This is the classic. Oh, that's really good.
That's the move.
That's some of the best prosciutto I've ever had. I tell you, you know, sometimes the prosciutto is very dry and a little bit stiff.
Right.
And sometimes maybe the prosciutto that isn't so good is usually like this, but this is great prosciutto and it's just got a little bit of stiffness. It's nice and soft, which I like.
But it doesn't have that like raw. You know, some of them where it's like they're kind of young still, where it's like, it's soft, but it kind of feels undercured. Like this is done.
This would make for a real good sandwich, that's for sure.
Imported from Parma, Italy, this prosciutto has a slightly nutty flavor due to Parmesan Reggiano's whey that is mixed into the pig's diet.
Wow.
Huh. Little fun fact Friday, Jimmy.
That's a good way of getting some cheese into your pork, is to feed it to the pig.
I love it.
I've eaten so many delicious things. I bet I would be just great to eat.
You look like you lost a little weight. Maybe if we went back a few years.
You're right. I would be tastier in the 90s.
You know, let's get off the cannibal train here. We'll get back onto the pig wagon. One thing that I can always tell, the quality prosciutto, it's soft. You can bite it without having this like stringy raw meat effect.
Like, you know when you eat a pizza and it's too hot and it burns the roof of your mouth and you feel those strings of flesh coming down?
That's horrible.
That's what the prosciutto is like. See, I'm back on the cannibalism.
All day with this guy. We'll go to what? What are we on, number 4? Oh, mine weighs like a kilo. I don't know how big yours is.
Mine's small. I got a little 4. I have a lowercase 4 over here.
All right, I'm gonna open this bad boy up. Oh yeah. Oh, I got the goods.
Wow.
Whatever you got, it's not as good as mine. We're looking at the guanciale, cheap Salami Belissi. I don't know how to say that. Salami Belissi, Italy. It's the cured smoked pork jowl, right? A little cheek. Yeah, that's it. Looks kind of cute on you. I got a deli slicer. I feel like you probably have one too.
I have a huge deli slicer. The guy who sold it to me was like, don't ever operate this. Don't touch this. It's beautiful. It's an red Italian deli slicer.
Oh, amazing. Have you used it since?
I have.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to tell you. I just don't like to tell anybody because I promised I wouldn't. But
well, don't worry. No one watches this show.
What do you think, Brad? Slices thin or in little chunks?
For our purposes, Jimmy, I would slice it on the thin side, how you're going to be tasting it.
Okay.
For cooking purposes, chunks like rendered down, is like bacon, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's fire this bad boy up real quick. See if we can get some nice ribbons. I grew up, that was my first job, was running a deli slicer.
My first job was working in a freezer of a seafood store. Whenever they threw any expired seafood out, like a calamari salad or something, I'd stand in the back of the store behind the dumpster and I just eat like with a spoon. I'd eat as much of it as I could before throwing it away.
That, you know, it might be frowned upon in some places, but that's okay, you know. It's not. Food waste is a bad thing, you know, and it's happening all over the world.
Right. It's salty in a good way, and how would I describe it? Almost sweet. It's almost got a little bit of sweetness to it.
Mine has some spices rubbed on the outside, a little bit of pepper, but there's also like something warm on it. It has like some kind of, I can't put a finger on it, but it's very, very welcoming.
I like the word welcoming to describe food. It's nice.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
I think I would benefit greatly from a deli slicer right now because it's a little bit chewy.
Big time, right?
It's like, I feel like I've gotten some guanciale flavored gum.
Unless it's see-through thin, where it kind of doesn't matter, it needs to be, that fat needs to be rendered, in my opinion. I guess we should have gave you a little warning on that.
That's okay.
But hold on to that stuff because it's a fantastic ingredient to cook with. Render it out with some onions, it'll blow your mind. You've probably had it 1,000 times. Restaurants use it all the time because it's such an amazing ingredient. By
the way, here's how you know we're enjoying ourselves. Look at my fingerprints. They are greasy as can be. Number 5. Now this I love, and I'm going to tell you why I love it. Look at the guy on there. He's beautiful.
Oh, I got the same one.
Him we could eat.
You ain't kidding, bud. Put that on a t-shirt.
I wonder who that guy is. He's got to be dead, right?
There's no way that guy is alive. They don't even know that they used this image. This is called Salo, Fatback, European American Sausage Company, Ukraine and Russia inspired.
Couple of bay leaves on there.
Hey, you like bay leaves?
I don't know if I like them, but I put them in my sauce because that's what my mother did. And of course, you have to make sure to count them beforehand, or you could potentially die.
Oh my God, my mom kind of said that. Same, making tomato sauce. Make sure you got to pull out the bay leaf because you can get poisoned from it. I don't know if that's actually true. I don't think it is.
If there is poison in them, we probably shouldn't put them in anything.
Little Ed Gein for you. Tell you what, it's pretty good.
It is tasty, yeah.
I don't know if I trust it. I don't know if
you can trust this guy.
I don't know if I trust him. Like, these might not be happy pigs, but the product it seems very consistent, and the fat is super white and clean. The flavor's nice. I mean, they got that salt all the way through it. It's kind of like you want it real thin. You want it over hot bread or melted. Like you pull a steak off and you want to let it rest. You put this over top of it and kind of just melt onto it, you know?
I like that.
Would you throw it on a little bread?
Yeah, I did.
That's the move, Jimmy.
I'm not sure how to describe it. It's soft, but a little bit chewy. It's got a really nice texture.
Right. No, there's a tenderness to it, right? Like you can put your tooth through it.
If I went to a sushi restaurant and they slice this and put it on a little piece of rice, I think
Stop it.
I'd be pretty psyched.
You, 2 for 2, nailed it. Because in my little cheat sheet notes here, Sal, in Ukrainian sushi sometimes it is referred to as.
There you go, Ukrainian.
He's a super taster. Multi-talented, that Jimmy, I'll tell you.
I know my Ukrainian sushi.
You ain't kidding, man. You nailed that one. God. Well, let's just jump into number 6, because you're blowing me out of the water here.
Well, what is this? I don't even know how to pronounce this.
You're going to be a big fan of this one.
I don't even know what language it is. Ndjua. So in Jua?
Pretty close.
Jua?
Pretty close. I think it's pronounced Anduja. Head. Ends meet Italy.
So how do you think we should slice this?
So I wouldn't.
Okay.
It's more of like a dollop or a spread or a smear kind of deal.
Yeah, it's hot. It's a little bit hot. Spicy.
Spicy, smearable. Not really, you're not doing any big crazy chewing. I mean, to be honest, it's probably a product that was developed a long time ago just to utilize scraps. Like a spicy tuna roll, where they're scraping the body and using all the scraping of the meats, adding some spices, and boom, it's delicious.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's what this is, according to me.
Yeah, that's nice.
They use the head, so they're scraping all the meat off of the head, and that's how they're making their andouille. So just a spicy, spreadable pork sausage from Calabria in southern Italy. Huh. I like it. Leave it to the southern Italians, man.
Spreadable pork.
Yeah, come on.
I'll put this in my kid's lunch and see what happens.
Yeah, see how that goes. Are your kids good eaters, Jimmy?
My daughter will not eat anything. She will eat like 6 things. They all start with the letter P. It's the biggest problem we have in our house.
Cheers to that, because it could be a lot worse, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Number
7, the last
7.
one. So I'm the worst at reading this. Saison sec?
Sauce-y-son sec.
Sauce-y-son sec. That's what I said, Joe.
Saison sec?
Sauce-y-son sec. Shoulder, ends meat, France.
Many years ago, not that many years ago, I was in Montreal and I was eating at a very good restaurant. I won't say the name of the restaurant because what they did was illegal, but the chef's dad shot a moose. They had a moose heart in a cooler and the guy sliced it up real thin. None of the other people at our table wanted to eat it, so I wound up eating almost the whole moose heart myself because I didn't want to offend the guy's dad.
How big is a moose heart, Jimmy?
It's bigger than this loaf of bread, and they would slice it very thin like this. You know, you could taste the iron in it. It tasted like liver.
I'm not a big organ eater necessarily, but I can get into the heart. And you know what? I'm a big fan of that tradition of folks who,
Abusing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is good. Obviously, it's peppery because it has pepper in it,
But easy, right?
mild, but tasty.
Like, get the sandwich stuff out, right? We're making an Italian sub with this.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because I was just thinking what might be nice is if I put all of these different meats
Oh, you're gonna do
on a
it?
little sandwich. Yeah, and why not?
Yeah, I like your style.
It'd be nice to put some cheese on it, but we're going all meat. I mean, how often do you have an all only meat sandwich?
You know what? It's one of my favorite breakfasts, actually. When I was younger, I had the fortunate opportunity to go to Italy. I like a savory breakfast. And they had just like a really simple bread with prosciutto on it. And it was like $3, and that was it. To this day, I crave those. Like, I want to go back to that part of Italy just for that. I try to make it, I can do it pretty good, as simple as it is. But I guess it's just like a nostalgic driven, experience.
Look what I made here, Brad. I made a little sandwich for myself.
Oh yeah, you did, bud. Hey, did you put the
Yeah.
andouille on there?
Yep, I started with that. I spread it. It's almost like my condiment. But I'll wait for you to get yours together before we bite it.
Don't tell your doctor about this one. He's gonna love it.
My doctor just took me off his patient list.
Yeah, here we go. Don't sleep on the prosciutto.
I know I said I was going to wait, but I didn't. This is a miracle what has just happened here. This is so good. It tastes like it has cheese on it, even though it doesn't. But
It's the fat. Look at that.
oh, it's so good. The fat is where it's at,
That's why I'm kind of arguing with your doctor. If you get good fat, I do think it's good for you.
Probably not, but let's go with that anyway.
You know, I hate favorites, because everyone is so
Right.
awesome in their own little way there.
I hate to be predictable, but I'd go with the prosciutto if I had to just pick one.
It was on my tongue. I was going to say it, but I was like, duh, Brad. Everyone's going to pick the prosciutto. It's awesome. It's always awesome.
Right,
And it's good.
right.
For my today's experience, it might be the andouille. The ones I've had before weren't this texture. This is a little more coarse. And it's just, I think it's a really cool way to utilize scrap in an animal.
And I also think that combination of all those meats was absolutely delicious, and I think we have something on our hands. We need to start marketing this.
Call me when we're done with this, Jimmy, all right? We're going to send this one, yeah.
All right.
I agree, man. I think my final answer, it was putting them all together on the bread. It really did make like a little magical moment there. And I'm really glad I got to share that with you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to say thank you again, man, for coming out. And, well, I guess you didn't go anywhere, but
No.
Thanks for joining me and being a guest on Taste Buds here. We had a blast. I had a blast.
Let's do this every week, and you can send me lunch every week, and we'll sit here and eat together. And let's get the Kimmel Leone sandwich going. I mean, this could be a big thing.
God, you have no idea how excited I am about that. My whole life, I wanted to have a sandwich shop. That's all I want to do. 5 sandwiches. There's no modifications, this is what we got. If you don't like it, you go to Mickey D's, all right? You're not going to Jimmy and Brad's.
That's right.
All right, Jimmy, call me. I think we got something here.
I'll give you a call. That was good, right, Brad? That actually was really good.
Man, that was a home run, Jimmy.
I mean, I'm talking about the sandwich,
Yeah, no, me too. I wasn't talking about my guests or anything.
Oh, okay. I thought, we were stroking ourselves. Yeah, we were really great.